Hi, my name is Akankshya Upadhyay and I am your English instructor. In today's class, we will see how to use go and do in a sentence, and in the second half, we'll see how to use is and are in the sentence. This is in the grammar portion of Unit 1, which is making plans and expressing intentions. So let's begin. So do is used for sport that does not use a ball. So we can write non-ball sport. For example, I do crossword puzzles. I do crossword puzzles. Another example is he does karate. So do here, puzzles and karate don't use a ball. It's a non-ball sport, right? Also, do is used with non-competitive sport. So, non-competitive. For example, he does yoga. So there is no competition while you do yoga, because yoga is to improve your health, right? So you're not competing with yourself and you're not competing with anybody else as well. So do is basically used with non-ball sport like crossword puzzles, karate, and non-competitive sport like yoga. Also, we can say art. He does art. So art is a non-competitive sport too. We can also say he does martial arts. Now, martial arts here means that he is not doing anything by passing something or using ball, and it's not competitive as well. So martial art is do. He does martial art. I do martial arts. Now, we will be looking at go, the use of go. So go is used with words or activities that end with ing. Activities using or activity ending ing. For example, I go fishing, or I go swimming. We can go running. Notice that these activities end with an ing. Now, another thing we need to remember while using go is basically used with activities that involve movement, okay? So involving movement. So swimming, you need to swim from one place to another place. So it needs a movement of your body. Fishing needs movement. Running needs movement. While in the other examples, the example we used was crossword puzzles. We don't need movement to do crossword puzzles. We don't need movement to do yoga. We need a kind of movement to do karate, but we don't move from one place to another, right? But running, swimming, fishing needs movement from one place to another. So go is used with words that has movement. Go is used with activities that involve movement from one place to another, while do does not need movement, or it does not require any kind of movements. Now, though it is not in our book, I'll leave you with, let's look at some other words. Let's look at something else rather than do and go. It's play. So when do we use play? We use play with video games. Video games. And games involving football or soccer. This is the end of the use of do and go. Now, we will move forward towards looking at the use of is and are in a sentence. So the use of is and are in a sentence. Now, is indicates somebody else. It addresses It addresses somebody else. Addressing another person. We never say I is playing because we are addressing ourselves when we say I. But we say he is playing because we are addressing him, someone else. And is always a present tense. If we need to express that he ate 2 hours ago, we don't say he is eating or he is ate. That's wrong form because that's not present tense. We use is for present tense. That's happening right now. For example, Akankshya is teaching. Akankshya is teaching right now. It's the present tense, so we use is. Also, Akankshya is another person. It's not you. So you can say Akankshya is teaching because you're addressing Akankshya, which is another person, and she is teaching right now. That means it's the present tense. Now the past tense of is can be was. Now for are is always the plural form. And this is also used to address another person or group of people. Address a group of people. Because we never say I are playing, right? We say they are playing. So are is the plural form. We don't say he are playing because he is a singular. We say we are playing because we means a group of people, and that's plural form. Now let's see some example of using is and are in a sentence. Now let's see some examples by using is and are in a sentence. So let's begin with one of the girls. Now one of the girls. We can see girls. If we see girls separately, like leaving this part, one of the, and just looking at girls, it's plural, right? So girls are girl, girl, girl. Like more than one girl make girls, right? So one of the girls. However, we are talking about one among the group of girls. So here, in the picture, there are 3 girls. So girls, one girl, she is girl 1, second girl, and the third girl. So these 3 girls, and we are talking about one among these 3 girls, right? So maybe we're talking about only this girl. So we use singular here, singular verb here. So one of the girls, though girls means girls denote plural form, but because we have one among those girls, only the first girl among these 3 girls, we use is. One of the girls is, and then this other form is going to visit her mom. One of the girls. Among these 3 girls, only one is going to visit her mom. If there were all of the girls, we would use are because they all means all 3. But because it's one over here, we say one of the girls is. Now another example. None of the players. This is another tricky one. Now let's assume there are 3 players. So 3 players and none of the players means all of these 3 are excluded. That means none of the players means all of the players are not going to play, right? None of the players are. So we use are over here. None of the players are preparing for the tournament. Now, none of the players means all 3 of the players are not playing. That is why we use the plural form here. if here was two of the players, we would use are again. Two of the players are preparing for the tournament. If we would say all of the players, again it was are. But if it would be one of the players, it would be again is, because there's none of the players. That means all three are excluded. They are not playing anymore. So it becomes a bunch of three people not playing. That is the reason we use are, the plural form. Though none means zero, which might seem we use the plural form here again, which might seem that we use the singular form again, would be incorrect, because we can't say none of the players is preparing for the tournament, because none of the players are preparing, because all of the three are not playing, and three means a bunch of people, right? Next, the coach. This is a very simple example. The coach means one coach. The coach is asking the players about their plans. So here is a coach. So one coach is asking three players about the plan. So because there is one coach, we say the coach is asking the players about their plans. Now we have another example, that is one of the boys. Now this is very similar, exactly the same as the first example we saw. That is one of the girls is. We'd use is there, and here again we use is because they're talking about one among many boys. So one is always singular. So one of the boys is playing badminton. Because this is one among three boys, and one is always a singular person, a singular count, right? Now another example is all of the players. We had seen none of the players, where none denoted three people, three players. Now, among these three players, we say all of the players. Now, all is plural, right? So, all of the players are talking to their coach. Now, again, we see female players. So here, whether it's male or a female, we exclude that. We just see if this word is a singular or a plural form. And here, players means more than one player, which is the plural form. Hence, we use are. Female players are talking to their coach. So this is all for today's class. If you have any comments, any suggestions, please feel free to write to us at learning@deerwalk.edu.np. Thanks for watching and have a great time.